Meow, my friends. It seems North Korea's Kim Jong-un has decided to spice up the already simmering pot of global conflict by sending 10,000 troops to Russia. That's right, 10,000 soldiers who thought they'd signed up for a peaceful military parade are meow heading for a war zone. It's like Kim looked at the conflict in Ukraine and thought, you know what this needs? More people with guns. Because clearly, what every war zone needs is more trigger-happy soldiers with a penchant for synchronized marching. This move is about as subtle as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs. Let's put this in perspective. 10,000 North Korean troops, that's about the population of a small town. Imagine if your entire neighborhood suddenly decided to take a field trip to Ukraine. The last time North Korea sent troops abroad, bell-bottoms were in fashion and disco was all the rage. Now they're back on tour, but instead of Vietnam, they're headlining in Russia's Special Military Operation World Tour. Ukrainian President Zelensky first sounded the alarm on October 17, 2024, probably thinking, oh great, just what we needed, more surprises. Then, on October 23rd, US Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin confirmed North Korean presence in Russia, likely with the enthusiasm of a cat being told it's bath time. NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte called this a dangerous expansion of the conflict, which, let's be honest, is a bit like calling a hurricane a bit of a breeze. President Biden described it as very dangerous, showcasing that knack for understatement we've all come to know and love. But why, you ask, would North Korea send its finest to Russia? Well, experts believe they're after some of Russia's advanced military tech. It's a classic, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours move. Because nothing says thanks for the troops like a brand new surveillance satellite. I hear they're all the rage in Pyongyang this season. Meow, let's not forget about Russia in all this. They've reportedly lost over 600,000 troops since the start of the war. 600,000! That's like losing the entire population of Baltimore. No wonder they're calling in reinforcements. And who better to call than your friendly neighborhood dictator with a standing army and a penchant for provocative geopolitical moves? One can only imagine the logistical nightmare of moving 10,000 troops. It's like organizing the world's most militaristic school trip. Okay everyone, buddy up and remember to pack your favorite assault rifle. I bet the in-flight movie is just propaganda on a loop. But here's the kicker, my friends. The Pentagon has warned that if these North Korean troops engage in combat, they'll be considered fair game for Ukrainian attacks. It's like the world's deadliest game of tag, and nobody wants to be it. Now, let's talk about the potential for cultural exchange. Will we see North Korean soldiers learning to squat like true Slavs, while Russian troops perfect the art of synchronized marching? Will they swap recipes for borscht and kimchi? The possibilities are endless and frankly, terrifying. It's going to be like a very awkward, very armed exchange student program. Linguists are standing by, ready to create the world's first Korean-Russian-Ukrainian phrasebook. Top phrases include, where's the front line? And how do you say retreat in Korean? I hear the chapter on how to complement your comrade's totalitarian regime is particularly riveting. These troops are likely stationed in eastern Russia, ready to move toward the front lines near Ukraine in the coming weeks. I'm sure they're thrilled about their new posting in the scenic Kursk region. Nothing says strategic importance quite like being right next to a war zone. This whole situation is like adding ghost peppers to an already spicy curry. It's bound to make everyone's eyes water and noses run. The UN Security Council is reportedly drafting its sternest letter yet, possibly even in all caps this time. That'll show 'em. Meanwhile, in Pyongyang, state media is probably hailing this as the greatest humanitarian mission since sliced bread was invented. I can just imagine the headlines. Glorious leader sends peacekeeping force to Russia, definitely not for combat, pinky promise. The economic implications of this move are as tangled as a ball of yarn after a kitten's playtime. Sanctions experts are working overtime, trying to figure out how to sanction a country that's already been sanctioned 6 ways from Sunday. It's like trying to ground a kid who's already been sent to their room for life. As for the long-term implications of this military alliance between North Korea and Russia, well, it's about as predictable as a cat's mood. It could lead to anything from joint military exercises, synchronized goose-stepping while riding bears, anyone, to new forms of international diplomacy. Maybe next time world leaders disagree, instead of a summit, they'll just trade troops for a week. It's like a really high-stakes exchange program. My friends, if you're as baffled by this turn of events as we are, hit that subscribe button. We'll be here, trying to make sense of this geopolitical Rubik's Cube together. As we watch this unfold, one thing's clear, the world just got a little bit crazier. And we'll be here, bringing you all the updates, with a side of sardonic commentary and a sprinkle of catnip. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for our next update. I'm Ron de Parmesan reporting for News Cats.